Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5 Minute Focus, episode 1114, Managing Your Expectations. Yes, I'm in a hotel room, traveling. I'll be home tonight. But for now, I'll just sit here and look like hell in my hotel in Anchorage, Alaska. All right, managing your expectations. You're writing your first book and you're getting ready to pull the trigger. You publish your first book, and you can have the highest of hopes. Always have high hopes. However, manage your expectations. So, is your first book going to become a worldwide bestseller? Probably not. Your first book, is TridePub going to pick it up? You solicit a lot of agents, you solicit a lot of publishers, and you get nothing in response. Yeah, that happens. So, does that mean you stop writing? Does that mean you crush your goals? Hopes can come true with a good plan, with a good plan of action. So, you got to think about this. Are you going to pay off your house with the royalties of that first book? Probably not. Now, later, you may find something. It took my 13th book before I cracked a $10,000 month. And that's even with expenses. It still was a really, really good month. I think it was like a $9,000 month for profitability. All really good money, but it's not quite pay off your house money. It's not quite retire early and never write again money. Manage your expectations. You can be successful by writing a great book, helps to write more than one, and putting them in the right reader's hands. So there's a lot of moving parts there, you see. But manage your expectations. It's work. Nothing in this business comes free. People will say, I wrote this book and I've never marketed. And look, I've sold 10,000 copies. Well, somebody did marketing for you. It may have been the best book ever and it just resonated, but how did you get it into those first people's hands? You wrote a blurb that was catchy. Amazon's algorithm picks it up. So Amazon helped you get where you wanted to go. Are you lucky? No, because you wrote a great book and people read it and shared it with their friends and stuff, but still marketing was done on your behalf. And that rarely happens, but sometimes it does. But still, it's not like there's no marketing going on. It's just people just love my book and love me because I'm a great author. Yes, yes, believe that. But if you can you replicate that success? Second, third book. What about fourth book, fifth book? Me, I'm almost up to 200 books. So I don't have to make a whole lot with each book to have a great day. But I still lean forward. I still want to sell that extra book. I still want to sell one more and then one more after that. So will your name be in lights? Also no, but not in lights. That takes a long time to get to a place where you're making the kind of money that you can do great things. Hopes, just marry them up with an action plan and you're much more likely to realize it. Don't let a seeming setback, and this is what I'm just going to say, a seeming setback, because the expectation of a worldwide bestseller with your first book is maybe putting a little too much pressure on yourself where you're destined to fail. Do not set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for a minimum. I sold like 53 copies of my first book. What do you need to do to actually say, okay, people are reading the book. I'm not getting killed. People aren't one star, and every single person who read the book gives me a 1 star. Okay, so you're making progress. It's all about incremental progress. Some may make that progress faster than others. I've seen people break through on their third or fourth book and launch into six-figure years after just the fourth or fifth book. And then other people, like me, it took 13 books before making some decent money. And it took, I think, 20 or 25 before making really, really good money. And then over 100 before making great money. So writing, it's not easy. You do deserve to have your hopes, but you don't deserve to crush yourself when those hopes don't magically appear. Because hope with a plan is much more likely to come true than just expectations of, hey, I'm going to write one book and retire on that. No, that's might be a little bit unrealistic. Too much pressure. So you get that first book out there, it doesn't sell well, but your name is out there. You are a real author. If you've sold any copies, if you've gotten money for your books, then guess what? You're a professional author. People paying for your product makes you professional. And where else do you go from here? You write that next book, because the people who read it, what are you going to do with them? You need to keep them entertained. They're on board. So give them the next book, and then the next and the next. No matter how long it takes you for each book, just understand that writing a second book is usually a heck of a lot quicker than writing that first book, and third, fourth, fifth, and so on down the line, until you realize a rhythm, you streamline your process, and you understand this is exactly, I do 1 book a year, I do 4 books a year, I do 6 books, whatever works for you. That's what you do. And then tell your readers, let them manage their expectations, because you're helping them manage them. Hey, next book, see you in 2026. Okay. Take care of it. Take care of it early, and manage your own expectations. Will you eventually be a worldwide bestseller? It's not going to happen unless you get that first book out there and take your lumps, because it wasn't the worldwide bestseller, but a later one might be. And actually, I'll tell you, my first book was a worldwide bestseller, just not from me. I licensed that out to a trad pub, and so I pulled it down. They worked their little bit of magic on it, and then all of a sudden, oh, booyah, there it is. Worldwide bestseller. It was my first book. When I tried to sell it and couldn't get any copies. And now I publish my own stuff, because I make orders of magnitude more money doing self-publishing than going through that trad publisher. But they helped me get my name on the street, helped me get my name out there. And that helped me writing good books repeatedly with some frequency. That also helped. And building a readership. You don't have to build a big readership to have a great career. So all you need is a couple thousand fans, and you build that to 10,000, then 20,000, and so on, until, hey, your next book, you're making $500,000 off a single book. That's rarefied air, but it takes steps, it takes incremental steps. You're not going to get that on your first book. Manage your expectations. Hope is good. Hope with a plan is better. Peace, fellow humans.